Hey, it's Rick and Patty from the KORD Morning Show. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And, of course, you can always catch us anywhere and everywhere with our KORD mobile app. It's free for you in the App Store as well in Google Play.
Hello, you're on the air.
You're on the air.
You're on the air.
My fault. You're on the air.
I heard that this show is like really good for penguins.
What are you talking about? Moron, you're on the air.
So now what do we do?
Stop the show!
We are off to a crummy start.
Maybe so. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. Welcome to it. 65 degrees. You got Rick, you got Patty. And, of course, Wednesday, middle of the week. I know everybody's excited about the Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest. We'll give you a chance to win some tickets coming up this morning at 7:20, Patty.
How about that?
And get the day started. Absolutely. There's even a chance of a thunderstorm, it looks like, in the forecast.
Okay.
Just because it's been hot the last couple days. So it's going to get up there, and then it's going to cool down a little bit. So if that happens, just be aware of that. It might be a nice little cool down. Right now, it's absolutely perfect. I stepped outside.
It is.
And I'm watching folks bike and walk along the dike this morning here in Pasco, and it's absolutely gorgeous for you. We are going to get your day started. We're going to work on some Facebook fun, another edition of Nashville News, and other people's problems. And like we'd promised you earlier, Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest. I know people are super excited about that.
How can you not be?
And we're going to get the day started on National Toothbrush Day. If you're curious what today is, National Toothbrush Day. So we'll talk more about that. Get your day started. Grab a cup of coffee, dig in. Let's get going. You got Rick and Patty, KORD.
Starting your day the right way with the KORD Morning Show, number one for New Country, 1027 KORD. Have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? Make sure you have our app, so when you connect your device, we can go everywhere together.
She had me at Heads, Carolina. Yesterday I was online, and yes, I saw the complete lineup for Watershed. They got the schedule released. If you're going to Watershed this year, they've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday all knocked out for you. And I want to say, don't quote me, Cole Swindell, I believe, is on Friday. So, or I'm thinking,
The first night?
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay.
But don't quote me. I have to go back. I don't have it pulled up here right now. But again, if you are curious about the Watershed, and I also checked out the Next from Nashville and looking at the up and coming, because that is where I discovered many years ago Russell Dickerson. I discovered on the Next from Nashville. So you never know when you see that Next from Nashville stage who's going to be the next big Lainey Wilson or the next big Jelly Roll.
Up and comers.
You don't know. Exactly. So if you are going to Watershed this year, you're curious what the lineup's going to be, what time are people taking the stage, you can find out. Terry Clark is going to be there. It's going to be amazing. I like, some Terry Clark music will be fantastic for you. So if you're curious, the Watershed list, the schedule is out. All right, here you go. Facebook fun to get the day started. What song has been on repeat in your head for days or weeks?
Tyler Hubbard.
That's a good
Back
one.
then, right?
That's your song.
Now.
That's your six, right?
Yeah. That's it.
For me, Luke Combs, Where the Wild Things Are, man. That's a song I just can't seem to get sick of. I love the message. I love the song.
Right.
I've kind of always felt like if I was going to go out, I want to go out in a blaze of glory. I don't want to.
And I also, we just played it, Chris Stapleton and Carly Pierce.
Oh, yeah, great song.
I can't get enough of it.
And also, my favorite is the Cody Johnson, By Dirt. Love that. Love the story.
It almost makes me cry, tear up.
It is. Oh,
don't talk about. There's where I proposed and.
Don't talk about my dog. Oh my goodness.
My friend's buried over there.
Absolutely. It's like
the girl with the pigtails.
It's the whole point of the John Wick movies. They're like, you killed his dog? What? And then he goes on this rampage. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, so there's a couple great songs there, but for me, Luke Combs, man, he is on my bucket list, and I need to go see him.
Too.
And the thing about Luke Combs, I just feel like every song, every song's great. It's one of those artists where I don't think there's a bad one in the bunch. So there's a lot of comments already on Facebook. Jump on over there and we'll share some of those. What song has been on repeat in your head for days or weeks? Last night, was it Fanfare that you watched? And Blake Shelton, Post Malone. We're not playing it yet, but we will soon. Another great Post Malone song.
It's Buy Me a Drink.
Yeah.
Or Pour Me a Drink. Pour me a drink. Oh, it was fantastic.
Brand new. It just showed up yesterday. And again, so you got the Morgan Wallen one, which is great. And now you got the Blake Shelton one.
And just so you know, coming up in Nashville News, big news regarding Post Malone.
All right, we'll talk about it here in just a couple minutes. And Luke Bryan, Sam Hunt next. That's your Facebook fun. You got Rick and Patty. KORD.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
7, number one for New Country. It's 102.7 KORD, 67 degrees. Whole lot of sunshine for you. Diving right into these Nashville headlines. What's going on?
There's a lot. Sam Hunt launching his Locked Up tour. That happens Friday. It takes its name from Hunt's new single and EP. The tour starts in Bend, Oregon, making 20 stops before wrapping up in late September in Ontario. Sam Hunt will be joined by Russell Dickerson. Meanwhile, Post Malone is announcing his F1 Trillion 2024 tour, launching September 8th in Salt Lake City. That trek includes nearly 24 dates through late October. He is going to be performing a collection of country songs, including I Had Some Help with Morgan Wallen and Pour Me a Drink with Blake Shelton. Just so you know, Posty's new album, F1 Trillion, drops on August 16th, and I must admit, I'm kind of excited for it. Jelly Roll was on Jimmy Kimmel, Martin Short guest hosting. He says, he's joking about how he found out he was a decent singer and a bad rapper.
It was the typical story of a guy that had done it for 20 years to absolutely no avail, and then one song kind of changed everything for me.
And one song really did change everything?
Well, what I found out was I was a decent singer and a really bad rapper, but nobody told me. I thought I was a really bad singer and a decent rapper, but it turned out I had them backwards for 20 years.
Yeah. I think he's a great singer, don't you?
Absolutely.
Lainey Wilson revealing the track list for her upcoming album. Whirlwind is dropping August 23rd, featuring 14 tracks, all co-written by the multi-platinum selling star, and they include Keep Up with Jones, Country's Cool Again, Also Good Horses, featuring Miranda Lambert. And then Lainey also announced she's going to be dropping a new song for the album on July 4th. Last but not least, Chris Young headlining Nashville's big Independence Day celebration. He's going to take the Jack Daniels Broadway stage. It'll happen on the 4th. More than 250,000 people attended last year's event. Those are your trending headlines.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
102.7 KORD is out and about with Ranch and Home making hometown moments. Ranch and Home is randomly awarding unsuspecting Tri-Cityans. Now, you never know when a Ranch and Home hometown moment might happen to you. Maybe in the coffee drive-thru, at the grocery store checkout, at the gas station.
And all we want to do is put a smile on people's faces, and that's what this is all about.
I just came to buy sodas, but my tank is empty. Thank you, Ranch and Home. That's awesome. I made my day.
Ranch and Home hometown moments are happening right now. Ranch and Home, they're here for you with your number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Playing 65 degrees for you right now. Sunshine, Tri-Cities at 6:52. You got Rick, you got Patty. Everybody's excited. 7:20, the Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest. We'll give you a chance to win those tickets, Patty.
It's going to be an all-day event. You're going to have to pace yourself.
That's right.
I want to see everybody.
So we were talking earlier that the Watershed schedule is out. Guess what other schedule's out? Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest schedule. Go to their website.
Oh, I already know. Yes, I know.
They have their schedule out as well, so you'll be able to see it all in a row. I know it kicks off with Thomas Mack. I want to say that it's Jody Messina.
Yep.
Then you got the Flashback, and then you got Dustin Lynch, and then you top it off with Thomas Rhett.
9:30. Thomas Rhett will hit the stage. Yeah. Now it says 9:30. Do you think it's realistic? Going to be like 10 or 10:30?
I think because of
it's hard to keep everybody on schedule, on track.
Well, what's interesting about concerts, especially let's say in downtown Pendleton, because that's exactly where it's at, is I believe that some towns have noise ordinances, so you got to be done by 11 o'clock or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that, and so by 11. So Thomas Rhett will hit that stage. It's probably going to be 90 minutes of Thomas Rhett. And by 11, he'll be like, good night, everybody. Good night, Pendleton. Have a great night. I'll see you later. Bye. You know, because, So it was so funny. Many years ago, Megan loves Kenny Rogers, or loved Kenny Rogers, sadly passed away. And I had seen him at Legends Casino years ago, and his time was 7:30. And 8:30, he was like, good night. Yeah, come on. See you later. and it was exactly, he hit 7:30, and at 8:30, he was done. So we saw him again at the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo. And Megan had not seen him in a long time. And I said, he's going to be an hour. That's it. She goes, no, he's going to do a long show. 7:30 on the dot. He rolls out. 8:30. Good night.
See you later.
See you later. Can't awake. Bye-bye. And I was like, and she's like, man, you were right. I was like, yeah, because I saw him. I clocked him one time. And he was Kenny Rogers was the best because he goes, hey guys, I'm old. I'm not going to, you want the encore, which was Islands in the Stream. You want the encore. He goes, I'm going to act like I'm going to go backstage, and then you guys can, act like I came back.
Do your thing, and then I'll come back out and give it to you.
One of the best things I ever saw him do was at the start of the show, he looked down in the audience, and there was a guy there with his wife or whatever, and he goes, "Sir, you don't want to be here, do you?" And he's like, "No, don't want to be here." He goes, "Okay, here's the deal." He goes, "For every song you know that I do, I'm going to give you $100.
Wow.
And so anyway, he would start out like, let's say, The Gambler. Oh, do you know that song? Oh, $100. And he goes, "Coward of the County." Oh, you know that song? Anyway, he finally
that guy left rich, huh?
No, it was hilarious.
What happened?
He finally threw the cash at him. He goes, "Okay, all right, fine, just take it all." It was hilarious. It was a good, good little stuff there. So we're super excited. Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest, 7/20. Tickets are on the way. It is definitely going to be the party in Pendleton, best day of summer. So.
I'm going. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I know. It's going to be great. So the lineup has been posted. Get more details for yourself on the KORD mobile app.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message. Or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Alone, I had some help. Morgan Wallen last night looking good on the big concert that they had last night.
I saw Post Malone and Blake Shelton, and they sang "Pour Me a Drink."
Yeah, the new song is so good. I know that, what do they call it nowadays? Because back when I was a kid, it was called Fanfare. So I just keep calling it Fanfare.
It was Fan Fest, I think.
Fan Fest, okay, yeah. But, big... Fanfare was a big thing, and then they changed it for some legality reason or whatever. So to me, it'll always be like Nashville Fanfare. But and then you go to Nashville. Everybody's in a booth back in the day, and you got to meet all your favorite. It was a great way to connect with your favorite artists. Was you'd go to Nashville and do that. All right, here you go. Other people's problems. Quite the situation going on, and 17-year-old daughter, 20-year-old guy. Patty, this is crazy. We got a concerned mom. She asked that her name not be said on the radio. And basically, my 17-year-old daughter is dating a 20-year-old man. That's a problem already, but my husband and I are losing that battle. Over the weekend, we got into an argument about privacy because I went through her phone and discovered that she was sending him indecent pictures of herself. When I confronted her, she yelled that I invaded her privacy. I told her it's not an invasion because it's my phone. I bought it. I paid for it. I'm her parent, and I have the right to look through whatever I want as long as she's a minor and living under my roof. Now she told me she doesn't trust me and is thinking about leaving home and moving in with this guy. I think this boyfriend is a bad influence on my daughter, and I think we should just prevent her from leaving. But my husband says if we restrict her too much, we'll lose her forever. I don't want to lose her and damage our relationship even further, but I don't need this situation to go too far out of control. What should I do? And it's a concerned mom in Pasco. A lot of families have been in this particular situation. So I know back in the day, Patty, you had dated a much older man.
I did date a much older, and my dad had a
coronary.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and I know that my sisters all ran off with much older men when they were teenagers.
They did.
They were 15, 16. And what do you do? What do you do in the situation? Do you let them go? Do you let them learn the hard way?
I don't.
Or could this be the love of her life? Again, there's not.
So for me, the older guy, it didn't last very long at all.
Right. So this, if I'm struggling because 17 is so close to 18 compared to 16. If this said my 16-year-old daughter is dating a 20-year-old, I'd be no, don't, bars up, doors locked. You're not going anywhere.
But what about your son? Has he ever dated anybody? A lot younger.
No, they've all been near his age, and then Kyron, actually, his girlfriend's 2 years older. So it's the other way. So it was the other way. So he was I think he was 18 and she was 21 or something like. So she's older by a couple of years, and it's interesting, double standard, right, for the guy and the girl.
Yes.
So it's okay for the boy. Let's say this was your son. Well, 17-year-old son is dating a 20-year-old woman.
Well, because your dad goes, all right.
High five that. So is there a double standard here?
But how are you going to keep the daughter? How?
She's 17.
I don't even know.
To me, you're so close. I'm not defending it. I'm saying that, if it was 16, no. 17, man, you are so close to being an adult. You're not an adult yet, though. So what do you do? I'm a little torn on this one today, Patty.
Well, the comments are coming in.
All right, we'll check in those comments here in a bit. What would you do? Now, do I concur that it's your phone? Yeah, absolutely. You bought it. You betcha. You pay for it. Now, do I think you should go snooping around? No, I don't really believe that.
Well, you've already ticked off the daughter.
Yeah, she's already ticked off. She's already ticked off, But, I mean, some people got to learn the hard way. Some people got to learn the hard way. I always feel bad for my sisters, because they can't be without a man ever since they were teenagers. And
it's male dependency.
It's male dependency. And it comes from my mom. It comes from my mom. My biological mom never could be without a man, And even, interesting enough, before we tie this one off, my mom made me I have an older sister, and then there's me. I was made the executor of my mom's estate when she passed away because my mom went and told my older sister, well, a guy will always take care of you.
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought, now, my sister's crazy cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, so she should never have been.
Don't say that.
Yeah, she is. But, but I was like, okay, but
it's also a sign of the times. I mean.
Oh, yeah. My dad was 33. My mom was 16.
Back in the day, though, that's what.
1633.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. 33. And my dad went and got permission to marry my mom. So my grandmother had to sign off on this thing. Yeah, remember, my biological mom had all 5 of us by the time she was 22. Yeah. All 5 of us by the time she was 22. 16, 17, 18, 19.
Well, I don't want to say that's all she knew, but
that is all she knew. Because my grandmother was kind of sort of the same way.
Yeah.
So grandma was the same way. So, all right, what would you do? 547 KORD, app chat us what you would do in the situation. We want to know. You got Rick and Patty.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show, #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
And Good Girl 724, #1 for New Country. It's 1027 KORD. Rick and Patty on your morning commute. Already 72 degrees. Going to be warm, 95. We're going to have a thunderstorm later today because it's going to get hot enough that that's going to collide, and we're going to have that happen for you. Right now, 72 and sunshine for you. Well, we got a concerned mom. She's got a 17-year-old daughter. She's got a 20-year-old guy that's dating the daughter, and she went to the phone and found some risque picture that, and so she went through it. She's upset about it, and the daughter's now threatening to leave and move out and all these things.
It's a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess, and mom's trying to hold it together, but was she right to go through the phone? What do you think?
Mom did her job by checking out her phone. Uh-huh. That is a plus. But she's already got the daughter mad, and I've seen this happen over and over so many times. If she was 16 and under, oh, man, no, I'd lock her in her room and she wouldn't come out until she was 18. But she has to get her communication back and her trust back, or otherwise they're not going to have a good relationship, and then later on in life, something might happen and they'll regret not.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many stories like that. That's the rough. They say that the most divorces happen when kids are teenagers, and there's a reason why because so much life happens in those years, and trying to manage your kid and all these different things. And interesting, Patty was commenting, well, it's just a different age, technology, Snapchat, Twitter, you name it, has changed the way. Well, before we were talking about wearing cool clothes or wearing sneakers.
Yes.
Well, at school they just make fun of you nowadays by back in the day they'd make fun of you like, oh, Patty's not wearing Nikes, and that was it. That would be the end of it. Now you've got social media and you got bullying and you've got everybody wants to be a influencer, and so that means risque pictures. All these pictures like this. This is somebody's child.
What have I missed? I see even on TV shows where girls are taking selfies, rather risque.
But that's today.
No, it is not.
It is today. It is today.
I know.
That is hence the world we live in. I'm saying that. I know. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying it is the world we live in. YouTube, Insta, they've all created, if I put these pictures up, I'm going to make money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. We have a former coworker who posted on their TikTok, if I get 10,000 followers, I can pay some bills.
I know.
What?
I know. I know.
What? So that's what you've got. You've got all that in this big, gigantic world these days. And so you've got, boys and girls being influenced, not just girls, boys being influenced by, they see They see the glamour of it all.
I know. By how many followers and all. I get that. But I mean,
well, and how do you get there? If you're halfway attractive, well, I may be able to get there with some selfies.
You are saying that half naked equals attractive.
No, I'm just saying I know why. I understand. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying I understand why.
I don't. Don't do it.
Well, you said you said you weren't a prude, but I'm.
Rick's calling me a prude.
I think
Patty the prude.
Patty the prude. So what would you do in the situation?
I'm going through the phone, and I am locking you up.
Right.
Sorry.
All right. Concerned mom right there in Pasco. You can chime in 547-KORD. App chat us what you would do in the situation. We want to know. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Toyota of Tri-Cities and 1027 KORD have teamed up to support local businesses by giving away thousands of dollars in gift cards and passes to restaurants, movies, car washes, and more. Get your name in to win at the Toyota ticket counter on the Cord mobile app or 1027KORD.com. Now remember, when you win on Cord, take a photo of yourself and post it to social media using the hashtag WowMoments for a chance to win other prizes from Toyota of Tri-Cities.
Springsteen, it's Eric Church, 738, number 1 for New Country. It's 1027 KORD. 72 degrees for you and partly sunny and a chance of a thunderstorm a little bit later on.
I see some clouds moving in.
Absolutely. As it gets warmer and warmer, it's going to mix, and then that is when the storm is going to happen for you. Speaking of fun times, we're super excited. Party in Pendleton. Thomas Rhett, Dustin Lynch, Jody Messina, Thomas Mack. The schedule has been released, Patty. So if you want to go see the schedule, and if you're going to the Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest, you can see it. Or you can just win some tickets right now. Right now. What do you think?
547 KORD. Which caller, Rick?
You pick it.
Caller 9.
Oh, going big time.
Going caller 9.
All right, big time. 547 KORD. 547 KORD. Caller 9. Party in Pendleton. We want to send you right now. Caller 9. Good luck from 1027 KORD.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Today, middle of the week, 75 degrees, partly sunny skies for you. Always good to be right alongside you, anywhere, everywhere on your KORD mobile app. Well, I don't want to open up this can of worms, but I will. A brand new study by Kick Resume reveals that 85% of people have dealt with an annoying coworker.
Do you think?
58% of people say annoying coworkers affect their productivity. 33% of people find the credit stealer to be the most annoying colleague. The guy
takes credit for your ideas.
Absolutely.
That's the story of my life.
Absolutely. So 33% of people find the credit stealer to be the most annoying colleague. Megan was telling me about a coworker at her work that they were supposed to basically clean out a storage locker or storage room or whatever.
Yeah.
And she had made time to do this with this person, and they didn't show up. They didn't show up. So and again, they were supposed to do it at 11:30. Megan got there at 11:20. Well, they got busy and was just doing a bunch of different stuff, and so they
suddenly they
just didn't show up.
Something suddenly came up.
Thank you, Marcia Brady. Thank you, Marcia Brady. So, and my wife was telling about this last night, how she was kind of annoyed by that, and I thought, that's interesting. Yeah, exactly. I'm one of those people. You tell me where I need to be, and I'm going to be there.
You are there. You are very dependable.
You've never seen me not.
No.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking for me tonight, we're selling tickets for the Pause for a Cause.
Where's that?
At Clover Island for the big concert.
Yeah.
So 5:30, I made a promise that I'll be there. It has nothing to do with radio, has to do with pet overpopulation prevention, but I'm going to be there, Friends of Tri-Cities Animal Shelter, because I volunteered to be in the booth.
Bless your heart.
But I'm saying, if I tell you I'm going to be somewhere,
you will be there.
I'll be there.
I know.
Even good or bad. Even if it's going to be bad, I'm like, I don't want to go, but I will. All right, I'm going to go. I'll go do that thing. So,
it's called commitment.
Well, so here we go. So the most annoying coworker and why? I'm trying to think. Anybody on our staff right now?
Here?
I don't
know. People have to show up.
Oh, look at you.
People at least have to be here.
Yeah, you're taking. Right now, I think we got a pretty good crew for the most.
We do.
For the
people
most part.
who are here. Definitely want to be here, and
we like
we'll
them.
do their all.
We like them. I mean, there are little quirks like we talked yesterday about the bathroom. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to go down that road again. But there's those little things. But I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't call them annoying if that made sense. In the past we've had some pretty darn annoying people, but not
no. Those people are pretty much gone.
They are.
Like after
they
they don't last. The pandemic took care of a lot of that.
They did, absolutely.
Right? I mean,
thinned the herd, no doubt.
For sure.
So let's talk about. Since we already talking about our workplace, let's talk about your workplace.
Oh, please.
Most annoying coworker. Why? Don't have to use their name. Don't use names.
You don't have to.
Nope. Don't even.
But you can call somebody out. We'll do it anonymously.
Yes, exactly. So 547-KORD. We'll take your calls on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
102.7 KORD is out and about with Ranch and Home, making hometown moments. Ranch and Home is randomly awarding unsuspecting Tri-Cityans. Now, you never know when a Ranch and Home hometown moment might happen to you. Maybe in the coffee drive-thru, at the grocery store checkout, at the gas station.
And all we want to do is put a smile on people's faces, and that's what this is all about.
I just came to buy sodas, but my tank is empty. Thank you, Ranch and Home. That's awesome. I made my day.
Ranch and Home hometown moments are happening right now. Ranch and Home, they're here for you with your number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Park, there you go, Chris Stapleton. We will have tickets if you got the KORD mobile app. Another great reason to download the KORD mobile app. I know we got Kenny Chesney around the corner on July 13th. We'll give you tickets for that, right? And then Chris Stapleton will follow that up. So I know we got a call yesterday about Chris Stapleton. Said, what? Where's Chris at? Going to be in Seattle. Very excited. I'm very excited about it. And wishing, I know Willie Nelson is on this tour, but Willie's been sick.
He's been under the weather.
He's 92 years old or something like that. It's crazy.
I know. I mean,
could you imagine being on the radio at 90-some years old? Holy cow, get my walker out. I mean, I'm going to be barely moving at 90-some years old and trying to do a radio program.
Well,
couldn't imagine being the legendary Willie Nelson.
I wonder if he still smokes.
I'm sure he does. You mean like weed? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody
for medicinal purposes.
Everybody says that Willie's got more bags of that stashed away on the bus. Everybody, even nowadays. He's 90-some years old. What do you expect him to be doing, right? I love all the stories you say is Trigger is his guitar, right? His amazing guitar. It's got a big hole in it.
Okay.
It's very famous guitar.
Yeah.
And he once said, once Trigger goes, I'm going. Because the IRS threatened to take Trigger, the guitar, way back in the 90s. And he goes, he said,
wow, you're not going to get your money if you take that away.
He goes, if you take Trigger, I'm done. And so Trigger still is still out there.
Right.
He is. And I'm looking forward to seeing. I saw Willie years ago on Farm Aid, which was great. So I'm looking forward to seeing him with Chris Stapleton. And who else? Oh, Sheryl Crow. Yeah, another great lineup there for you. All right, brand new survey. 85% of people have dealt with an annoying coworker, and we've been taking your calls. Who is the most annoying coworker and why? And don't worry, we're going to keep your name.
We'll keep your anonymity.
Absolutely. So tell us about your coworker.
If you fallen off a ladder and hurt your ankle, she has fallen off a ladder the next day or two and hurt her ankle and has to go get a doctor's note. Every time her doctor's note runs out, she gets another one.
Wow.
She finds a reason to go. One of my coworkers fell cleaning her pool and hurt her back pretty bad. Oh my gosh. Lydia fell in the pool and hurt her back pretty bad.
Oh my gosh. I have known hypochondriacs in my lifetime, and it's crazy because they're always something wrong with them.
There's always some drama.
Yeah. Do you have
we have one. We have one on Facebook. Although it's real, it's a real deal.
Right.
But there's a lot of drama that follows this guy.
Absolutely. So I mean, it is real, but it seems like the person never gets a break. So
never.
I always look at it like, is it them? Is it their attitude?
I know. Do they bring it on themselves, or is it real?
Or
is it real?
Right. It's hard sometimes on Facebook to figure that out. But there are people that are like always sick or always injured,
or always a victim of something.
Something, exactly. So, annoying coworkers, taking your calls, 547-KORD. More of your calls on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD. No need to wait for AI. Catch us now on Google Home and Alexa devices. Open our app for more info.
For number 1 for New Country, it's 102.7 KORD. Your morning commute. Darker skies coming. Thunderstorms in the forecast. Right now, about 75 degrees for you. All right. I know moms and dads can relate to this particular situation, and we didn't even use the name today because they wanted to be anonymous on this. But we got a 17-year-old daughter, and we got a 20-year-old boyfriend. What's going on here?
So the 17-year-old daughter was sending the boyfriend some photos over the weekend. Mom says, we got into an argument about privacy because I went through her phone and found out she was sending him indecent pictures of herself. So when I confronted her, she yelled, "You invaded my privacy." I told her it's not an invasion of privacy because it's my phone. I bought it, I pay for it, and I'm the parent. I have the right to look through whatever I want as long as you're a minor and living under my roof. Well, now she told me she doesn't trust me. She's thinking about leaving home, moving in with this guy. I think the boyfriend is a bad influence on my daughter, and I think we should prevent her from leaving. But my husband says if we restrict her too much, we might lose her forever. Well, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to damage our relationship even further, but I don't want this situation to get too far out of control. What should I do? Concerned mom and Pascal.
Tough situation to be in. Lots of comments on Facebook. What are people saying that she'd be doing?
Well, so right from the top, Eric says you lost it when you went through her phone, and which clearly indicates you don't trust her and that she has no private space. You've created animosity where there should be trust and safety. You've taken from her the ability to explore and create clustering. All you can do is work to mend what you've broken. She's 17, and while legally a minor for a few months, she's also a young lady, a young woman. At a critical moment in time, you are about to lose whatever hope you had of maintaining a good relationship.
Angela says, it's hard, Mama, sending prayers for wisdom and understanding. Tommy says, I never looked through my daughter's phone, but her mother has. And let me tell you, that is trust that she will never get back. So Tommy can relate to this situation.
Did you say Derek? If she wants privacy, then she'll get her own phone and won't tell you. Move. It says when she turns 18, she's just going to move, and then she'll be free from your rules.
Luann says she's a minor under your roof. You pay for the phone, so you have the right to look at the phone, period. Here's the problem these days. Parents don't take interest, then don't understand when their daughter is pregnant at 17. I would have done the same thing. Someday she will thank you for caring, and that's from Luann.
Brandy, not messing around. She says report to Child Protective Services. Angela says, that's hard, Mama. Sending prayers for wisdom and understanding.
Latifa says, when it comes to sexual activities, the law is 16 for consent and no greater than 5 years apart. So technically, there's no law being broken there. As far as the photo goes, it's based on what is being revealed in them to be considered a criminal offense. So that's from Latifa on that.
Pam says, well, she is 17, so she's nearly legal age. Not sure how many months before she turns 18. May I suggest inviting him over? The four of you sitting down, having an adult conversation about the relationship. Remind both of them that she's still a minor and that him looking at those photos and having them on his phone is illegal. The tighter you hold on, the harder she's going to pull away.
Brian, did you do Larissa here? We're idiots at 17?
No.
Larissa says we're idiots at 17, but she will choose him. Stay close with your kid. Explain your concerns, fears, frustrations. Make sure you be ready when it goes bad and she needs you. Yeah, that's the best. That's probably the best piece of advice right there, Larissa. We're idiots at 17. Yeah. Hey, some of us are idiots at 40. Some of us are idiots at 60.
So,
true.
Did you check out Shannon? First, she is of legal age of consent. Second, that is legal.
Yep.
Your age. 3-year age gap. Third, have you bothered getting to know him, or did you immediately judge him by his age? You really can't stop her, so just get to know the kid. She'll be 18 soon and do whatever she wants anyway. For all you know, he might be your son-in-law or the father of your grandchildren.
I know.
Now's your chance to behave like adults and model that behavior to this young couple.
But it is so hard.
I don't know.
Hard. It's hard. It's hard being a parent, man. I don't care what anybody says. I've been a parent twice over, and it's tough. It's tough, and I didn't have girls. Oh my God, I don't want to think about my daughter. What? Shotgun. Where's my shotgun? That's how I would handle this situation.
Yeah, so. I don't know. I mean, 17 is on that.
It's on the cusp. That's why I said if it was 16, I'd be totally different. 16, and even though it's 16 consent and you could go date at 21, no, that would not happen. In my household, no.
Oh, of course
You're not going to be 16 and 21. That's just not going to work out for me. But 17, I still feel like you're on the buffer zone. You're like, you're almost there. And, there might, I like some of the comments like get to know the kid, I'm just saying. Yeah,
I know, but I still feel it's, guys, what are you doing?
Well, you can't. I like what Larissa said. We're idiots at 17. We're idiots at 16. We're idiots at 15. This is stuff that we just do. And in this age of social media, you know what I'm saying? It's you. I know you're like, this isn't normal, but it is normal.
It is normal. No. I get it.
This has become normal. Sadly, this has become normal behavior. But yeah.
The guy has to be responsible and know what's legal and not. Rick's looking at me like I'm Medusa and have snakes on my head. You have to be.
He's a guy. Come on, man. Come on.
You have to be responsible. Do not take advantage.
There are good, responsible young men out there, absolutely 100%. Then there's also the other ones. So there you go.
I know.
So what would you do in this situation? We want to know. 547-KORD. App chat us. We'll tie this off. 102 coming up next. You got Rick and Patty. KORD.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message. Or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.